What's up, everyone? It's Chris Albert coming to you from Long Beach, California. I'm going to answer a question today from our friend Fida. I believe that's how I pronounce your name, Fida. If it's wrong, then I'm sorry and I deeply apologize. His email says, "Hey Chris, many thanks for the great videos, dude. You've really increased my knowledge and understanding of the muscles and how to activate them correctly. But I wanted to ask you, what exercises, in what manner / variation, slow control movements or pause reps, etc., are most efficient in your opinion for developing the outer quadriceps muscle and for the separation of the quadriceps as well? Kind regards." Well, Fida, and everybody else out there, here's the thing. A lot of people, when they're training quads in particular, they think, fuck, I gotta do a lot of fucking weight. And so they go and they put a shitload of weight on the squat bar, and then they do a 3-inch squat or something that looks kind of similar to a squat or something that looks like a good morning or something that's completely fucked up and unrecognizable. My advice to anybody who wants to grow their legs, because my legs did not grow until I started doing this, and this is fairly recently that I made this change, is that you need to keep your ego at the door. You need to check that shit outside, right? And then when you come inside, you need to really think about your quadriceps and how they're made up. You know, on the inside, the teardrop there, that's known as the vastus medialis. The outside, that's the vastus lateralis. And then the inside there, between the two muscles, you have the rectus femoris. Now, I don't expect you all to memorize those names or anything like that, but you should know that there's 3 muscles there that need to be activated, and you should know how to activate them. Now, everybody's different, everybody's structure's different, weight loads differently on every physique. But my advice to you is to start with movements that are going to push blood into the muscle. And then save your major movements like the squat for like your 3rd or 4th movement. My reasoning is this, and I change my squat all differently throughout different workouts, but many times we're doing it as our 3rd or 4th movement. And my reasoning is this: you need a good amount of nerve activation in the muscle before you're actually going to be able to activate those muscles. Now, the difference here is, if you are a powerlifter, I would say you need to tire out your central nervous system first. But if you're an untrained person or somebody who needs to work on their legs, then in order to build muscle there, you need to really activate those muscles first. So I would say start with leg extensions. Now, a leg extension can be done in a number of different ways. I see a lot of people just going in there and trying to kick that little handle up and stuff. No. What you should be doing is counting up 2 seconds, holding for a second, and then going down for approximately 3 seconds. If you have a buddy, have them squeeze your leg up so you're getting full extension, and make sure that you are flexing your foot up toward the ceiling, pointing your toes up so that you're hitting the upper quad, bringing those cutouts, bringing that definition out. Now that will bring separation, and you will be able to pinpoint where you're getting pumps in those muscles by doing that exercise. From there, I'd move on to an exercise like the hack squat or the leg press, bringing further muscle activation in and doing repetitions for high volume. When I move on to leg press, I normally do upwards of 20 to 30 repetitions per set. And I move up each time, and I move up in weight each time, and I move up in reps each time, bringing great fatigue to my quads, lots of blood, and I'm taking an intra-workout shake. That's so important. Make sure you're at least drinking BCAAs while you're training so that you're replenishing those muscle cells with that nutrient-rich blood. From there, I'll probably move on to a squat movement. Now, there's a difference between a hamstring dominant squat and a quad dominant squat. Now, I have not made a video on these two, but I've included both types of exercises in my 2 quadriceps training videos that I've put up, and I'll put the links to those in the comments. In the first one, I do a quad dominant squat with my heel raised in the air, and that's a technique that you can use in order to concentrate on getting the quads more separated is by, when squatting, putting your heels on a 3-inch block and putting your toes on the ground, driving through those heels. That will force your knee to come forward a little bit and force you to concentrate on the quadricep as opposed to, and the glutes as opposed to the hamstrings. Now, a hamstring dominant squat is what I did when I was a power lifter, and that's a wider stance. I'm pushing my ass way back and trying to activate my hamstrings and recruit them so that I can lift the weight. Now, I know that that's a lot of complicated talk for you motherfuckers. So if you have any questions about this, what I would suggest doing is watching those 2 leg videos and then emailing me any questions that you have about those videos. My major point that I want to get across to you is that rather than doing tons of weight, you need to control the weight that you're doing, and you need to do it at a slower tempo, and you need to try to activate the 3 different muscle groups in the quadriceps that I talked about. All right? So, if you got questions, check those videos out that I'm going to put in the comments down there. If you got questions, you hit me up, gettingtheshredded@gmail.com. I'm here for you always. All right? Take care.